In today's video, we're going to talk about the game changer left wrist move for hitting the ball solid. Hey guys, so some exciting news about Cogorno.com. We've made some really cool changes. Instead of only 100 videos that we had on there before, we now have over 250 videos on Cogorno.com. It's no longer just a video library. We have curated those videos and put courses together to take you through that process just for you guys step by step. All of these videos here, that combined with the extended YouTube versions, not gonna be on YouTube, not gonna be anywhere else, only gonna be on Cogorno.com. Check out the link in the description down below. All right guys, so let's talk about a left wrist move for hitting the ball solid. So listen, we did a video a little bit ago that you guys loved called the right wrist move, or the game changer right wrist move for hitting the ball more solid. And it just so turns out that I have a left wrist game changer move for hitting the ball more solid as well. So let's talk about this. Now, the game changer right wrist move, when we went back, really talked about how the right wrist was at the top of the backswing, and the idea that a lot of you guys were trying to kind of do a lot of left wrist bowing at the top or during the downswing, can't quite feel it, and that the right wrist would be an easy way to do it. And if my right wrist gets way bent back anywhere, and then automatically my left wrist gets bent back. And I was saying, hey, listen, you can bend your right wrist back as much as you want all over the place, and that is still true. But for some of you, maybe you don't like that feel. Or for others, what the point of this is I really like right hand and right wrist feels for my backswing, but not as much during my downswing and follow through. What works really well for me and for other people is left hand and left wrist feels for your downswing and follow through. So let me show you what that is. Okay, so during the downswing, during the impact phase, there is a very specific way that your left arm and wrist and hand should move to hit your iron solid. There are two parts of it. Part number one is learning to get your left wrist into flexion, okay, or bowed a little bit. Now that gets a lot of play and it's very popular now for good reason. Okay, currently as we're making this video, I think Brooks Koepka is the #1 player in the world. Do you know what Brooks Koepka does really well? His left wrist is bowed the whole time. If you haven't seen Brooks Koepka, go on here and search his slow-mo and see his left wrist. You guys all love Dustin Johnson. He hits the ball a mile. What does Dustin Johnson do really well during his downswing? Okay, Jordan Spieth won a couple of majors. What does he do during his downswing? How many good players do you know that have their left wrist into flexion during the downswing follow and don't play well? I don't know any. Okay, everyone that does that well hits it good. It's been my secret or key for a long time. I want it to be yours too. How do we do this? During the downswing, what I really want to focus on is from about hip high, or from the time your left hand is even with your right leg to the time your left hand is even with your left leg. And what I want you to feel here is an increase in left wrist flexion or bowing during that time, okay? I don't want you to do it at the top of the backswing. I don't want you doing it in the initial part of the downswing. I want you doing it from your right leg to your left leg. You are taking your right or left wrist from flat and increasing the amount of flexion there. From here, I'm taking it from flat and increasing the amount of flexion. As a drill for you guys to learn that, I want it happening during that phase. It is okay for you to feel like your hands and arms are doing something through impact. Again, it is okay. I know some of you guys don't like this. It's okay to take my hand and feel like it's going into flexion through impact. It is okay. Now, the second part of that, first part's the lead wrist flexion. The second part is supination, which is just arm rotation. Supination is a fancy way for me saying if I take my left hand out, thumb up towards the sky, and I point it towards the target. That's supination, palm from this way to up. That's it, that's all it is. So if I do that from here, I want the same phase. I want from my right leg to my left leg. Okay, my thumb goes from towards the target to where? Or I'm sorry, rather I said that wrong. The thumb goes from towards the camera to towards the target, towards the camera, towards the target. Now, if I put my flexion in with that, I'm flexing and rotating. I'm flexing and rotating. I'm flexing and rotating. I'm actually curling this part of my wrist more under this way as I'm coming through, and I'm doing that as I'm rotating, or my fingers on my left hand going from here to towards the camera. If I just flex, my fingers go this way. It's a good start. But I want my fingers to turn this way. I'm flexing as I'm turning. That is, if there is a secret to your hand action down near impact, that is it. If I do it with a club in here, okay, my left wrist going from flat to flexed and supinating, flexed and supinating, flexed and supinating. Notice how the club, as I get in the release part, this is one of the things Mike Malaska talks about that I do like, which is this sort of release pattern with the club. Notice when I do that, if I have a ball here, see it's okay, Mare? If I have a ball down here like this and I go from here, I'm adding flexion and supination. Notice what the club does as I do that. See how it stays above the ground and that club face looks like it's getting really shut on the way through? That's the look I'm going for from here. It's here. I'm flexing and it's almost like the club's turning more like on a, like a tabletop, horizontal this way, like this instead of this way. It's not going like this, it's going this way. Here, so from here again, it's not going like this. This is what you guys do. Here's what I want. Notice the difference there? If you guys get this move, you watch guys like a Henrik Stenson and his coach, a lot of them will get this move here and they'll start to feel this. And it's the same principle. I'm telling you guys are gonna hit the ball more solid than you have before. So let's put this into action, okay? Because it's cool to talk about it, but I know you guys wanna see it. So I'm gonna hit a couple shots, and again, I'm feeling this, flat into flexion and supination. Feel my thumb from here to here, here to here. I'm gonna add a little turn to that. So I'm really feeling like when I get to my left leg, my hand's like all the way curled under, all the way curled under. And when you do it, and you do it well, you should pure it, and it should be a little bit of a pull hook. So you're gonna start with a little bit of a pull hook. Eventually you're gonna add some rotation or kick your path, and then it's gonna straighten out. So left wrist flexion and supination with a little bit of body turn is the utopia. Yep. That's about as good as I can hit it. So that's the deal, okay? That's the game changer left wrist move. We gave you the right wrist move at the top. Now we're giving you your left wrist move at the bottom. So no excuses for you guys. You guys should be hitting the ball really well. Practice that, start short, be okay if it goes left, add swing direction or rotation, get it back to the right. If you guys have any questions, leave us a comment down below. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you guys liked the video, please do me a favor and click the like button. Click the notification bell if you haven't, and also please subscribe. Again, another reminder, Cogorno Golf, our membership site is up and live. The link will be in the description down below. Thank you guys.